you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
No single building has played host to more Super Bowls than this one right here. The Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Indianapolis Colts taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready. It's the grand finale of the 2024 season on the big stage here in New Orleans. Super Bowl 59 underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an
Super Bowl. We're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed. It keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
2nd and 9. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hurts sets up to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know, but what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose. And
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And a Tommy Adebawore, the one who got in there for the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Try to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now 3rd down and 7. Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts 26. That one good for 24 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Hurts fumbles it. And they'll get this down to the 10. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take
Barkley hit and the ball pops free, and the Colts pick it up.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
So now the Colts backed up to start their initial drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Third down and 13. He'll look to throw. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 13 yards out. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon to about the 33-yard line.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
This pass left side to Downs. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. There, Richardson back to throw it. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Now Richardson. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Richardson to throw off play action. And complete to Downs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. And they'll hand off to Hull. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to stand.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Back to throw now on first down. This short throw caught by Goddard.
Now, coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On second and very short, Hurts. Man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Quiddy Pay. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Throwing on second and long. Hurts. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up a throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the counter, Sermon. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. from the shotgun, Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 10-7 our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Richardson looking to throw. Connecting over the middle with Downs. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This one finds Pierce on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it. On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Colts have moved out in front. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. That's complete. It's Okuwobunom. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Hurts on the option right. He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Off play action. Richardson
Eluding the pressure right. He stiff arms it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Option play, a give to Hole.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A run here with Hole. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. And they'll run with Hole.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Richardson working from the gun. And this taken in by Downs.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. On the option to give to Sermon here.
And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
Richardson.
And he's got it.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Anthony Richardson
keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Colts continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Gay is on for the point after. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And this is incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurts. That is caught.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
Here's 3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Sliding out of the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quiddy Pay in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that went to the right side and incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Campbell. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their time. Up the first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Here's Richardson to throw. A short throw pulled in by Woods. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And Gay knocks this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking for Campbell downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's halftime here on Sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end, and now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, guys, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Richardson shotgun on third down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Throwing is Hurts. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Catch made here by Campbell. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Hurts going to keep it running right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Hurts will throw. Flush to his right. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Richardson to throw off play action.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Now Richardson.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team, because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turned the ball over.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
That complete to Downs.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Richardson looking to throw this. And he's got Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Now Richardson back to throw it. They set up the screen for Sermon.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
3rd and 5. Back to the air with Richardson.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
That'll be a 47-yard punt officially, 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. Coming his struggles to this point.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball.
He's got a man complete. A big play there for Philly. 43 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Hurts.
Steps away. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long.
Back to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter.
So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this 4th quarter. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
That's complete to Pierce.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 34. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down.
Richardson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They go play action with Richardson. That one finds Pierce right side.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Alec Pierce.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And it's quickly becoming now or never time in the Super Bowl, trailing by 7 here in the 4th. A pivotal moment in this football game.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Throwing is Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. Here's 2nd and 3.
Barkley inside handoff. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 14. A 3rd down gain of 19.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And that is incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
In motion right, Campbell.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Harris Campbell.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Now still down 1. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about
70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths, but it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. This Super Bowl, it has had it all so far. All tied fourth quarter as it kicks away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Stuck for the loss by Devin White.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
The Colts on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
In motion right is Smith. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
On this one, may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down up
past the 15, just shy of the 20. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Got his man, it's Woods.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Richardson. That'll be complete to Sermon.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. And this taken in by Downs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Hole.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Well, what a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman.
And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Off the option, it's Sermon.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. That might just have been the most pressure-filled kick in Super Bowl history, but he stepped up, knocked it through just like it was a Tuesday practice in July.
And if it's not the most pressure-filled, it's certainly right among them. A title on the line, and he comes through. Nails.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in Indianapolis. The Colts are the Super Bowl champs. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them. A fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.